feel like I'm really not in focus. This is always fun. Hi guys, I found another idea for a YouTube video, so without further ado, I'm going to try and give some tips on how to survive secondary school or high school, basically how to survive school. So sort of between the ages of 11 and 18 or 16, depending on how long you stay at school. Things like, what did I learn, how to survive school, how to get through school, whatever. I don't want this to become a sob story, but basically I kept to myself in secondary school. I didn't have a lot of friends, although it proved to be quite difficult. I didn't get involved with any drama, but drama always seemed to follow me around. That was like 2 of my points in one. Back then, I kind of said things a lot without thinking. I didn't think through what I was going to say. I just blurted out really rude things sometimes, and comments back to the teachers and comments back to other students. As soon as someone said something horrible to me, I found myself lashing out. Going along with the group, trying to be cool, trying to say, oh, that girl, look at her bag today, isn't that really crap? Or just like really horrible comments. And I kind of just went along with it because I fell straight into the peer pressure pit. So basically my second lesson is to keep your mouth shut. And if you're going to say something, make sure it's nice. And if it's going to be criticism, then you need to make sure that it's constructive. I also learned there's no point saying no offence if it's followed by but and then a mean compliment. A mean compliment. If it's followed by but and then something mean, it's going to be offensive. Even if you put no offence at the beginning, it's still offensive, so just don't say it in the first place. My third point is to really just not care how you look, because no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you try to fit into the trends, for me, I found that I was always still not quite as cool as everyone else, or you know, if I tried to be in with one of the trends, it still wasn't good enough. So in the end, I just decided to be myself and just decided I don't really care what other people were wearing. Obviously, we wore uniform in England, but you know, non-school uniform days and just when we went out with friends and stuff, in the end, I was just like, you know what, I don't care. It's just not worth time and effort and money if you're not even gonna feel confident in the stuff that you're wearing and you're just doing it to look cool. Number 4, I've written it down because I'm really forgetful. It says, obviously do your homework. Obviously, yeah, do your homework. It's important that you do what the teachers say. Yeah, it's really crap having to do homework, but sometimes you need to give yourself a break. And I found this extremely hard at GCSE and A-levels especially, was to give myself a break without being stuck in a rut afterwards and not being able to get back up and carry on doing my revision. However, Netflix is always a good idea. If you don't have Netflix, TV, FIFA, PlayStation, whatever you want to do, even, okay, maybe just listening to music, anything, those sorts of things are always a good idea as like a break. So, you know, watch a YouTube video or watch a series of Friends or whatever. Taking a break is always a good idea. Don't overwork yourself. Like, at the end of the day, homework isn't worth your health. Of course, cake is always a good idea as well. Leading on from that, number 5, remember that naps are a gift from heaven. Naps, honestly, are a gift from heaven. Yes, naps. Oh, they're amazing. I used to come home from school and just nap. It really helps you like get through your day, or like, you know, get through your evening. Another tip, number 6. Try to think about the future. Try to not think, oh, tomorrow's another long day, and think more further into the future instead of counting down the dragging days to Christmas or whatever. Then you find yourself getting through school much quicker. Just don't overthink like how long school is going to be, and try and think about the fact that, you know, the years of doing GCSEs and the years of doing high school in comparison to your whole life and the amount of different jobs you probably have and different careers and different adventures, it's nothing. On to a more funny point. Number 7, don't buy a nice pencil case and nice stationery if you're a generous person like me. If somebody asks for stationery, if I have something spare, I will most likely give it to them. And it took me years to realise that it's a really bad idea because you're not going to get it back. People just didn't give it back, or they lost it, or it got stuck in a pencil sharpener, or it got thrown out the window. That happened to me as well. This pencil case was good because you can't really draw on it. And by the time I had this, I was in year 12 anyway, and no one was as stupid as to draw on pencil cases. But back in the beginning of the school years, I had like a pink pencil case, and it just got absolutely damaged and graffitied and Sharpie all over it. Oh yeah, try not to bring Sharpie to school unless you really want your face and your shirt and your pencil case to just get covered in Sharpie pen that will never ever ever come off. Number 8. PE is not that bad. I think I'm being hypocritical saying this because I didn't go to PE for the entirety of sixth form. But then again, it wasn't like mandatory. I didn't have to go, so I didn't because napping was more important. No, but seriously, PE isn't that bad. Like, a lot of the girls, including me, were so self-conscious about being in their PE kit and being around boys when we had to do PE with boys that they would either stay at home or have a, you know, like a forged doctor's note, or just like say that they're on the period or something, just purely because they didn't want to be in their PE kit around the boys and they felt embarrassing and they felt like they weren't pretty or whatever. And there's a proper big problem. Even in school uniform, we have these problems. All I can say to that really is, if you're watching this and you're still young, puberty will hit you and you'll change completely. You're probably not going to meet your soulmate in your PE class anyway. Like, it's really not a big deal. Don't think about how good you look or whatever. I regret not doing as much sport as I should have, because now I'm like really unfit, and I wish I had so much opportunity to do free exercise there. And back in the day, exercise was like, oh no, PE, exercise, sweat. But now I actually would like to have done that more so that I was healthier and stuff. Don't think about it as a catwalk and a fashion show. Just think about it as PE, and you're just going to do it, and it's just going to keep you healthy. And don't think about the boys at all, because to be honest, boys are absolute idiots in secondary school. They're idiots. Same as girls, but boys, there's just no point. Number 9. I learnt to appreciate Shakespeare in the last few years because I studied him for English Lit in year 12 and 13 in sixth form. But seriously, Shakespeare was like a swear word in year 8, year 9. It might seem annoying now having to do Romeo and Juliet or Macbeth or Much Ado About Nothing or whatever it is that you're doing. One day you'll be grateful for the phrases that he invented, like for goodness sake and seen better days and what a pickle. He invented those. He also invented knock knock who's there, fact of the day. Seriously, Shakespeare is not that bad. Finally, you don't have to have a career in what you are studying in your GCSEs and in your A-levels. You know, you might think, oh, I've got to study this for GCSE and now it means I can only do this job for the rest of my life. No, absolutely not. I studied graphics at GCSE. I studied art at A-level. What else did I study? I studied French at GCSE. I've not used a single word of French properly since I did it. I can't string a sentence together anymore, and I haven't looked at anything to do with graphics since I was in year 11 either. I worked in a toy shop. Like, there's a big difference between studying graphic design for GCSE and then going to work in a toy shop. And A-levels are exactly the same. I might have studied English literature, but I don't want to go on to do it at uni. And another thing, finally, if you feel like you don't want to go to uni, and if you feel like you want to go on a different path, don't listen to anybody else. Don't let the teachers tell you that you have to go to uni. Don't let them drum it into your head. Just do what you want to do. And the other thing is, have fun. That's it. You need to just have fun. You need to just grab life by the balls, and you need to just go for it. And you need to take opportunities, and you need to stop being scared. that is how I reckon I got through school. I know I've got quite a few subscribers who are still going through school and stuff, so hopefully that helped. If you want to hear any more kind of how-to videos, I'm not going to start doing makeup tutorials and stuff. No, I'm not like that. If you have any questions for a Q&A, I might do a Q&A at some point. Let me know in the comments or on Facebook. I hope you enjoyed this video and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys, thanks for watching.